Okay, happy week 11, everybody. I do apologize for the appearance this week. I kind of just woke up and jumped into schoolwork, so this is where we're at today. So, just to jump into this discussion post, I do want to start with the essay first. It kind of gave me two different perspectives to look at. One, the disabled perspective and the non-disabled perspective. I never really thought of, like, from the disabled perspective, I never really thought about what it's like to enter a place that's not welcoming to you and not inclusive, and like you have to navigate around all of that and try and figure it out. It's probably really difficult having like to do it all the time, or just trying to have to push for people to be inclusive. Like, I've never really thought about how difficult that might be for them. And then from the non-disabled perspective, like, not familiar I'm not even gonna try and say the word. Not trying to, like, get knowledge and awareness about what disabled culture is like and what life is like for them. And so, like, what are things that we can do to, like, help put measures in place that will be more inclusive? So, like, what can we do? Because from my own, like, from what I feel like we expect disabled people to assimilate to non-disabled culture and learn everything about, like, well, you just need to do this and this and this and this and this, instead of being like, okay, well, here's what we can do. We can offer this, 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 and this, and it works for everybody. So I feel like some expectations are also really high for others than they are, for one population than they are for the other. So I definitely think learning about all of that is a really just great way to get started, if that all makes sense. And then to reflect on a time when I entered a space that felt fully accessible and welcoming. How did that environment differ from others you've encountered, and what elements made it feel designed for you or designed for people with marginalized identities? So, after thinking about it, I haven't really entered too many spaces like that, but I think one that stands out, and I'm unsure if it counts, is the Kansas City Zoo. I think the last time I was there was like 2-3 years ago. And from what I can remember, it was really walkable, really accessible. And I really liked that. One, I'm not a big stairs person, and I know stairs are like wheelchair people, wheelchair people, that's awful, wheelchair bound people's like worst enemy. So there was hardly any stairs. Elevators, there was a lot of elevators for lower floors, so that was also really nice. One thing about architecture also, there was not really many big things in the way. So like there wasn't really huge things on the ground, or like poles, things that you would have to like wiggle around and try and get around. That's one thing I really noticed too. So very accessible for wheelchair bound people, or people with walkers and canes, or just different disabilities like that. And then this may count for the marginalized identities part too, but I did also experience my first gender neutral bathroom at the Kansas City Zoo, which I know a lot of people, like, there's a lot of negative connotation around those, but when I experienced it my first time, and I haven't experienced one again, I thought they were pretty nice. I mean, it was really nice. It was a nice big old bathroom. I mean, they had sinks on both sides, all of the bathroom doors were like solid wood doors. That's one thing I noticed too. I've never seen a bathroom door like that. And the stalls were also like big. So for wheelchair bound people, like, very easy for them to use the restroom. So that's also what really stood out to me. And then how did that impact my sense of belonging or confidence? I mean, it really didn't, if I'm gonna be honest. I kind of just looked at it and I was like, oh wow, like, this is cool. I've never really seen one of these before. Wow. And then just like the whole impacting, like, I did notice there was a lot more disabled people there, and I think that is because it was more accessible. And so I actually really liked that. I liked seeing a whole bunch of different people at the zoo. I'm a big old people watcher, so that was really interesting. But yeah. So thanks for watching my discussion post.